Student, let us proceed with the second part of our discussion. Anasema kwamba when these oxide are dissolved in water, they form metal hydroxide, ambayo hii metal hydroxide ni what? Ni hydroxide, ni basic solution au ni alkali solution, as shown in the following examples. Kwamba endapo hizi metal oxide zinapo react na water molecule, for instance this which are soluble one, tunaenda kupata this basic hydroxide compound ambayo ni alkali solution au ni basic solution. So now let us see the reactions. These are the reactions. These are the reactions. As you see here, we have the sodium oxide, we have magnesium oxide, we have the calcium oxide. Na tumesema kwamba magnesium oxide ndio inakuwa na sifa kidogo kwamba yenyewe inakuwa slightly soluble, lakini tunapokuja kwenye sodium oxide, calcium oxide, hizo moja kwa moja ni soluble in water. So zinapo react na water moja kwa moja tunaenda kupata hizo strong alkali solution or basic solution. For instance, as you see here, sodium oxide ana react na water molecule, tunaenda kupata the sodium hydroxide and the pH is equal to 14. Magnesium, as you see here, react with the water to get the magnesium hydroxide, the pH is 12. Calcium, also we're going to form the calcium hydroxide, the pH is 12. Kwa hiyo utakuja kuona kwamba hizi zote hapa ni basic solution, the basic solution of metal hydroxide compound. Okay, anasema kwamba the oxide of aluminium, zinc, lead 2, copper 2 and iron 2 and iron 3 do not react with water. So tunapoangalia hizi oxide of metal, my student, also sometime kuna ambazo zina react with water endapo ni soluble, lakini kuna zile ambazo ni insoluble in water, therefore they can't react with the water. For instance, tuna huyu oxide of aluminium, oxide of the zinc, lead, tena lead 2, copper 2, lakini pia we have iron 2 and iron 3. They do not react with water, which imply that these oxide are insoluble in water. Kwa hiyo unakuta haya ni maswali ambayo yanakuja kwenye mtihani, na likija hapa aliji hivi straight, no, anakupa hizi compound, lead oxide, zinc oxide, aluminium, anakupa kama the group of element compounds, anakuletea hizo zinc, aluminium, anakupa na hizo calcium oxide, potassium oxide, magnesium oxide, anakuambia between the given compound what are the soluble compound oxide of metal and which are insoluble oxide of metal. Kwa majibu ndo haya kwamba zile ambazo hazireact with water zote ni nini? Maana kwamba ni insoluble. Kwa hiyo tunapokuja kuzungumzia the iron 2 oxide, iron 3 oxide, lead 2 oxide, copper 2 oxide, but also aluminium oxide and zinc oxide, all these compound are insoluble in water. Hence they do not react with water. Kwa hiyo utakapo reactisha with water, usitegemee utapata matokeo kama zile calcium oxide ambayo yenyewe ni soluble in water na tunaenda kupata the alkali solution. So it is different. Okay, another is the reaction of the metal oxide with acid. Kumbuka tumesema hapa kwenye chemical properties tunaangalia two aspect. Tunaenda kuangalia description of the two aspect. Tunaangalia katika the reaction of this metal oxide with water, but also the reaction of this metal oxide with acid. Sasa tumeona akiwa na react na water inavyokuwa. Obviously for those soluble oxide tunaenda kupata the alkali solution or the basic hydroxide solution, lakini zile ambazo ni insoluble they do not react with water totally, kwa hiyo no reaction at all. But now how about the case of the oxide of metal with the acid? Reaction yake inakuwa vipi hapa? So now we have to discuss as we are studying the chemical properties. Okay, anasema kwamba most metal oxide react with acid to form salt and water. Kwamba tunapokuja kuona hizi metal oxide akireact na acid, maana yake kwamba tutakuwa na oxide, lakini tutakuwa na base, tutakuwa na acid. So always acid and base react to form the neutralization reaction. Kwa hiyo product tunaenda kupata ni only salt and water. Anasema this kind of reaction is called the neutralization reaction, as I've said. kwamba always reaction of the metal oxide with the acid, maana yake kwamba huyu metal oxide atakuwa ni basic oxide, ata exist as a acid, as a base. Kwa hiyo anapo react na yule acid, therefore anaenda kutengeneza the types of the reaction known as neutralization reaction. So the kind of the product we are going to get there is the what? The only salt and water. Anasema this include the metal oxide which do not dissolve in water. Kwa hiyo hizi reaction mostly ambazo zina involve reaction of the this metal oxide with acid to form salt and water, ina involve those metal oxide which do not dissolve in water. Kwa hiyo hapa tutahusisha nini? Aluminium oxide, zinc oxide, lead oxide, iron 2 and iron 3 oxide and copper 2 oxide. Hizo ndio metal oxide ambazo hazidissolve with water au hazireact kwenye maji. So if they do not react with water, therefore these are the mostly which match or which react with the acid, and therefore tunaenda kupata the salt and water. For instance, you can see the magnesium, calcium and sodium oxide are basic oxide, kwamba hizi ni basic oxide. Zinapo react na ile acidic, therefore obvious tunaenda kupata nini? The neutralization reaction, ambayo tunaenda kupata product ya salt and water. So anasema kwamba aluminium, zinc and lead oxide are amphoteric oxide, maana kwamba zina sifa zile mbili mbili. Kumbuka hizi zote ni insoluble in water, ni insoluble in water. Kwa hiyo ni ngumu kureact with water kule kwenda kutengeneza ile basic solution au ile alkalinity solution of hydroxide, lakini huku zina hii sifa. Kwa hiyo zikireact na acid, therefore tenda kupata the salt and water as a product. Anasema hence react with both acid and alkali, kwa sababu zenyewe hizi oxide zina ile sifa ya amphoteric. I can't repeat about that kwa sababu tulishasoma wakati tunasoma zile classes of metal oxide, tulisoma hizi basic oxide, amphoteric, acidic oxide, tulisoma zote. Kwa hiyo haina haja ya kuanza kuzielezea hapa, ila cha msingi tu nataka ujue hii aluminium, zinc and lead oxide are amphoteric oxide. Kwa hiyo zinakuwa na ile sifa ya coexist as acid and also as alkali. Anasema kwamba dilute hydrochloric acid react with the metal oxide to give metal chloride and water. Ndio hiyo hapo kwamba ina react acid na base kwenda kutengeneza salt and water only. The reaction between the lead 2 oxide and dilute hydrochloric acid stops as soon as it starts. Kwamba as soon, yani pale tu inapoanza hii reaction, then ina stop. Reaction ya lead 2 oxide and dilute hydrochloric acid. So this is due to the formation of the lead 2 chloride, which is insoluble. Sasa kumbuka lead oxide tumesema ni nini? Ni insoluble. So once this reaction it start, anasema inavyoanza tu, as soon as possible ina stop. Kwa nini? Kuna formation ya hii chloride ambayo inakuwa formed, lead chloride. Sasa lead chloride is insoluble, therefore itapelekea ile reaction isifanyaje? Isiendelee kutake place. Lead 2 chloride form a coating on the lead 2 oxide. Kwa hiyo utaona kwamba ile lead chloride ambayo inakuwa formed kwenye hii reaction inapelekea kama coating, kama kizuizi, inatengeneza layer ambayo obviously inakuwa covered kwenye ile lead oxide. Sasa inapokuwa covered, therefore reaction haiwezi kuendelea kutake place. Therefore anasema kwamba thus preventing further reaction. Ina maana ile reaction haiwezi kuendelea tena. That's why inavyoanza tu ina stop. Kwa nini ina stop? Kwa sababu kuna hii formation of the coating. The insoluble lead 2 chloride inakuwa formed ambayo inakuwa kama coating, inakuwa kama kizuizi. Kwa hiyo ile further reaction haiwezi kuendelea kutake place. And the reaction is this one. Kwa unaona kwamba kuna hii formation of lead chloride. Kwa hiyo hii formation ya lead chloride ndio inapelekea kama kizuizi ile reaction kuendelea kutake place. Kwa hiyo reaction obvious ina stop. Dilute sulfuric acid react with the metal oxide to give metal sulfate and water. Sasa anasema kwamba the reaction involving the calcium oxide and lead 2 oxide with the sulfuric acid producing insoluble calcium sulfate. The same here. and lead sulfate respectively. Kwa hiyo kuna hizi insoluble cases ambazo zinakuwa produced. So as long as these insoluble products zinakuwa produced, anasema kwamba the sulfate form coating on their respective metal oxide. Kwa hiyo ile metal oxide inakuwa hindered to be formed, therefore thus preventing further reaction on the metal oxide. Kwa hiyo unaona kwamba ile reaction ina stop eventually. That's why anasema kwamba the reaction therefore stop as soon as they start. Napoanza tu kunakuwa na hiyo coating ya sulfates inakuwa formed. For instance, ya calcium sulfate, lead sulfate inakuwa formed, therefore ina avoid ile reaction kuproceed ile ya metal oxide, ina avoid to proceed. So this is among of the chemical properties which we have to discuss in our concept of the metal oxide. For instance, tunapodiscuss katika upande wa water, reaction of the metal oxide with water, but also reaction with the acid. So these are the some of the reaction, my students, you have to note about. So my student, after there, I would like to say this marks the end of our discussion. Thank you so much for watching our Media Educare TZ. Bye bye. Have a nice moment.